I hope you're having a good day and not overthinking. And if you are, maybe buy a motorcycle. That's like my response and answer for everything. Oh, you having problems? Buy a motorcycle. Uh, I don't know. If you're getting home and you're still thinking about work, freaking out about that dinner you have to go to on Wednesday, flogging yourself because you're like, I said I have to go do that and I have to do that. And if I don't do that, then I'm not a man of my word. And it's a whole deal. And then you're doing a cost value analysis on, oh, is it okay that I bought this video game? And am I getting enough fun and enjoyment out of it? But you are, because it's Battlefield 6. It's amazing. You should buy it if you haven't already bought it. But anyways, you're overthinking, you're overprocessing, you're just flying off the handle. I think this used to be more of an issue for me. I had some struggles and I was just always harping on the past doing that whole thing. But
brother, this guy stinks!
Sorry, there was a package at the door and I had to go get it. What are they saying? Oh yeah, you're overthinking, you're overprocessing, you're not able to return back to baseline and transition from work mode to at-home mode. At least that's the issue I had. There's other ways you can deal with it, of course. You can walk your dog. You can, if you don't have a dog, you can walk yourself. Get outside, do all the good stuff and things. But this just sounds like I'm a neurotic mess, and maybe I am. But the way that it helped me a lot was a motorcycle, because when you're going through life and it's a lot of input and you're having to process everything, make sense of it all, and you have all these issues that are happening all at once, it's a tough thing that you learn when you're younger to prioritize things and get things out one of the way. But on a motorcycle, it's your singular focus. It's the thing you're doing right now. You can't think of like that dream that you gave up on that's on the back burner. I don't know why this is getting so sad for me, but I think it fixes overthinking. Anecdotally. Let me tell you why. Well, I'm not overthinking doing this video, so it's already working. Overthinking. So I have a stutter, right? And the way that works is my vocal cord in the pause is kind of where it gets messed up. So if I'm using, like if I'm saying a word, it's vibrating, that's good. It's in the pause where it gets pinched, and that's where it's a problem. It doesn't get pinched, but you know, where the issue occurs. So if you have a stutter and you're singing, it's constantly moving and you won't stutter in that case. And that's how overthinking worked for me, where if I was being productive and doing something and constantly in motion, then I didn't have the overthinking. But it's in those pauses where I was like, oh my gosh, like, did they think I was being rude to them or what, or however minuscule and weird it got, or I was back engineering some, this is why I have this trait because I did that. Anyways, that's besides the point. I think it's in those pauses that you have the problem. And I think now in those pauses, you know what? I'm getting too ahead of myself. Let's go here. Ooh, I think I'm going to start scripting these a little bit because this is a little list. But overthinking. I think the good thing about the motorcycle is it gives your brain something to do. Because if you're a little neurotic, I think I'm a touch neurotic, where you're always maybe analyzing people or looking at a situation. You're like, what's going on? Where are your hands? Dude, why aren't you looking at me? Things like that, where you're always kind of assessing people. I think the motorcycle gives you that. It gives you that task where you're like, hey man, what are you doing? Why is your tire going like this? Are you turning left in front of me? Why are you trying to kill me? Do I need to slow down? Oh, I'm slowing down. I have to adjust over. It gives you just all these little things that you're doing. I mean, even when you're turning, right? So like you're coming into a turn, let's say you're going a little fast. Okay, I'm coming up to a turn. Okay, I have to downshift, right? So I'm blipping the throttle with my right hand, pulling the clutch a little bit with my left as I tap down with my foot, and then you're downshifting, right? On top of that, maybe you're coming a little fast, you're doing a little trail brake, you're doing a little bit with the right hand on the brake, slow, progressive, you hit that turn, you're leaning. There's a lot of mechanics, even just slowing down into a turn, turning, having to speed up. There's multiple appendages that are in the process. And this is a thing that comes naturally. Well, not naturally. I guess not naturally because you have to learn it a little bit. But it's like skills that build on each other and then they become natural. But what you're doing is a lot of inputs. Like even in that turn, the simple fact that, you know, you're pointing your chest where where you're turning. Like, these are not at first intuitive things, maybe, unless you're a motorcycle god, but I think everyone learns a little bit and then it becomes second nature. Like, but your brain is processing a lot and it doesn't feel like a lot anymore because you've done it. And I think that's where your brain is working and tiring itself out. Like this dog, you can't see him. I'll take a video of him. Maybe he's just laying there like a lump, but he's a good dog provided I run him. If I don't run him for a week and a half and he doesn't get any output, then he might get a little sassy and I might have a problem. And I just think we're similar. We're animals. We're nothing special. Like, you got to lean your brain out. And I think that's what biking does, where it gives my brain something to do on top of the competency. On top of that, it's just giving my brain work. So like that, I'm not freaking out over small things. It's the same thing with working out, where if it's a tough or like diligent part of your day where you're focused, you're actively doing something, when you get something that stresses you out, it stresses you out less. And then with motorcycles, it's an added thing of when you're taking them into work, which I just talked about, but it makes that break from when you're transitioning from work to home, where you're like, oh, all my work thoughts are gone, because by the time you've gotten home, you've had to avoid 4 different people that have not seen you, and not in like this life or death thing, but you saw them and you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna slow down, get over, whatever. But you've made so many decisions already at that point and thought about so many other things before you've gotten home, and you haven't been thinking of work, and then you're home, and now you're in home mode. Does that make sense? I think you can very easily get this from other things, and I think it's very generally, oh, okay, just do something to take your mind off it, is essentially what it is. But I think motorcycling demands that, where you can't really be other places, where it's like, oh, okay, you're doing this thing right now. You can be in your head a little bit. You can be like sad boy, whatever. Like, what is it? I don't know if I'm coming home tonight, and he like grabbed the keys, but but oh my gosh, sorry, those get me, where it's like they have these parody ones where it's like, I don't know if I'm coming home tonight, and some dude like on a tricycle or something, and I enjoy that. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but I might try and do something more succinct like that. I get my thoughts together a little bit more. I think that's the move on something like this. But I do like just getting a little touch tone on it and just being like, yeah, I think it's nominally helped me in a big way to not overthink as much. And that's something that I was pretty bad about doing. And now even there's times where I find myself kind of reeling and I'm like, oh, I should just go for a ride, which like you can do with fishing or video games, or video games not as much. Video games, I don't know. I think with video games, the thing that's different for me is there's other things I could be doing with that time. With motorcycling, I think it's more valuable in the sense that I am physically outside. I think not being outside, my brain values that a little differently. And sometimes I'm like, I'm inside, I'm on a computer, I do work on a computer, I could be working right now. Whereas I'm on the bike, I'm enjoying it. I'm on the bike, I'm having fun, I'm out there, I'm talking to random people, probably a homeless man at a gas station, or some guy that is like, I used to ride, but now I don't. And you're like, cool, man. Or more than likely, someone who's telling me about the 7 friends they lost that, didn't ever wear a helmet and, did meth and bath salts at the same times, and they somehow died on their bike. Crazy. Anyways, this was kind of weird. I hope you're having a good day and that you're having fun, and that you're not overthinking too much. And if you are, go for a ride or think about it. You know what? That's the other thing. There's one more thing. Is when I catch myself in a bad thought, I can just kind of play back my last ride and be like, oh, that was cool when that happened. This was cool when that happened. Yeah. Anyways, have a good day. Bye.